Hey everybody, I have a new thing I wanted to show you. This is from the SpinPerfect line. It's a tube, like a Tube Hook Orifice mutant child here. So it's super cool, and this is the 4-ounce size for my Pollywog, and I just wanted to show it to you. A lot of wheels have a tube orifice, so this may look somewhat familiar, but then you see there's this neat cutout design on this one, which lets you put the yarn and fiber through quickly and easily like the hook. This being the standard hook 4-ounce orifice that comes on, that would come on your Pollywog. And you can order through SpinOlution, because they're kind of two different companies. That's the other thing. So SpinPerfect, which are these new kind of aftermarket 3D printed kind of add-ons, is what I would call them, is made and owned by SpinOlution. And I hope I'm saying all of this right. So this is sort of SpinOlution's kind of the parent company, I guess. So I'm a dealer, so if you want to buy any SpinOlution things, like the wheels, things like the wooden hook or orifice or hook or tube bar, you would order that from a dealer. So, you know, any of your usual SpinOlution accessories, the wooden bobbins, you know, anything like that from SpinOlution. These aftermarket 3D printed ones are sold directly from the SpinPerfect website. And I believe, so they're not sold through dealers, at least not at this time that I know of. So anyhow, my guess, and I have not been told, is that SpinPerfect also is making accessories for other brand wheels. So, you know, that would be a little weird, like if you were buying a Lewitt SpinPerfect bobbin from a SpinOlution dealer. So I get it. So just heads up, if you want one of these, go to spinperfect.com, not SpinOlution. But if you want one of these or the wheel in the video, then that's from SpinOlution. So enough rambling. So this is our usual open hook, which I love. I have to admit, my first wheel was a Lewitt, which I also loved, but it had a tube, just a traditional tube orifice. And so I have to admit, I was a little nervous when I ordered my Pollywog and it came with the hook. And I actually ordered from SpinOlution the extra, because you can get a traditional tube style orifice from SpinOlution. I did order one, and I swear I used it like one time, and then I resold it. I resold it to somebody because I just loved the hook. So that's always my suggestion as a dealer to people, is if they're nervous, I'm like, just get the hook. So, because I did that myself as a customer. So anyhow, the hook is great because you can easily, you'll have seen in all my videos, easily put your yarn on there. You're not trying to like shove it through and pull it out, and you don't have to use like a little gizmo to fish it out like you would with a lot of tubes. The benefit of this guy is, because it does have this tube structure with the smaller hole, and like I said, this one is the 4-ounce one, and y'all know I don't spin. I am not the queen of lace weight yarn by any means, but if you are, you might really like this. The idea is that with the smaller and more compact tube on the end, that if you're spinning really fine, so you've got like all those really fine little fibers, that there's less pressure and less movement on them going around in this small little tube, so you can spin finer easier than necessarily on the hook. That being said, I spin super fine on the hook all the time. So, you know, that might be, like I said, I would probably not be your natural ideal customer, just because I don't spin super crazy fine lace weight all the time. So for me, spinning fine on the hook works perfectly fine. But I have to say, I have really enjoyed spinning on this, and so now I will quit talking and I will show you how it works. But that would be the benefit. If you're like, why should I buy this? You should buy this if you like spinning really fine yarns, so maybe like alpaca, like really short little fibers, alpacas, cottons, that sort of thing. Or you like spinning very thin, like you like spinning, you know, really thin singles and then going back in and Navajo plying them, and you want lots of yardage, so you spin thin. You would like this because it's going to let you get it easier, very thin, without, you know, breaking, you know, from getting too thin. So that is the deal with this, and so now I will show you how it works. Alright, so this is my Pollywog, and you can see I also have my new little SpinPerfect 4-ounce bobbin, so you know, that's what this is. If you're like, why is it black? That's what it is. So got my bobbin, goes on here like normal. Then you take this guy, and you can kind of look at the back and see how there's like a flat side and a like swoopy side. And then you can look at your wheel and see the flat parts on top. So turn it so that the, you know, the flat part's on the flat part here. And it's magnet closure, so it pops on just like any other SpinOlution, you know, and excuse my crazy yoga pants, any other SpinOlution orifice. And then, like I said, I've been spinning, and this is pretty thin yarn here. So all you do is you're going to bring this around and watch how cool this is. So instead of having to like shove it through the tube and then pull it out with like another little gizmo, all you do is you bring it over and just pull it down and pull it up. So let me... It's actually, this yarn's so small. Let me get this camera very close so you can see that again. I was wanting you to be able to see the whole wheel. So see, here's my little tube hook. So you bring it around, bring it over the top, put it through that part right there, and then just bring it up. And it's super easy. And I love that. I think this is an ingenious little tool. And this is the SpinOlution Pollywog if you've never seen one and it's blowing your mind right now. It is pretty fantastic. So SpinOlution Pollywog is sold through SpinOlution dealers, and I think it's just about the coolest wheel that's ever been invented. And so let me get some fiber here. I was changing, excuse me, changing colors here anyway. So I got some nice gray, and this is a shorter fibered. It's a churro, older, more historic breed. So this does have shorter fibers, and I am spinning this thinner. So see, I'm going to attach there, and it really is, this spins super smooth, and there's not a lot of like herky-jerky or anything. So I keep trying to get this. The problem with doing videos of really thin yarn. There you go. But, you see it's feeding just right in here, and it stays right where you want it to. And then if you want to take it off, all you do is just bring it back out that way. So I think that's just, it's super clever. So SpinPerfect for the win for sure. I definitely, the innovation and just ergonomics and well thought out coolness of it all that I've come to really love with SpinOlution is definitely... I'm really loving all the SpinPerfect stuff. So like I said, you can see this is, I think if you are a fine spinner, a thin spinner, this would be the perfect setup for you. The combination of the Pollywog, which is so smooth and has such quick rotations, with, and like I said, the little Pollywog 4-ounce wooden bobbins are super fast and they're very lightweight. But if you are wanting more, the SpinPerfect 3D printed bobbins do hold a little bit more. So if you're finding the regular SpinOlution 4-ounce bobbins limiting, you might really like the 4-ounce SpinPerfect bobbins. And then the addition of this little tube orifice is just such a cool little invention, and I'm really excited about it. So this is kind of my new thing that I love that I didn't even know I needed, but now I definitely, for any fine spinning, this is definitely what I'm going to use. So this to me is the perfect setup. So anyhow, if you have any questions, let me know. And like I said, if you want any of the SpinPerfect things, please go to SpinPerfect.com. If you'd like more information on the lovely wheel that you see this on and any of the SpinOlution, I'll throw a link to my website, or of course, you know, comment below and I will answer your questions. Have a great one.